Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fitness, Food, and Finance, where I'm trying to help you lay a firm foundation in those three things. And had a pretty cool little conversation over text with Brittany Locker, which brings this episode to light. Hey, what's the difference between Orangetheory and CrossFit, and why would I do one versus the other? So let me tell you this. Obviously, I chose CrossFit, but as a business model, Orangetheory is better because people will do Orangetheory more often with the lower barrier to entry than they will CrossFit. So if I just simply wanted an open gym and make some money, I would do Orangetheory. But if I want to be harder to kill and actually have a bigger capacity and all those things that we try to get out of CrossFit, I would do CrossFit. So business-wise, yeah, Orangetheory. Health and fitness and longevity, basically becoming harder to kill and looking good naked, CrossFit for sure. So we're going to go through a couple things, and I'm going to give you Brittany's story. She gave me the thumbs up to, hey, please go ahead and use my story. I'm happy for that. In a nutshell, Brittany is similar to me. She's younger, and she does the adventure races. So she's got an endurance background, and she has youth on her side. So let's see, she has 3 kids. So actually, I don't know how old Brittany is. I would probably say, I'm always off. I would probably say she's like 32, but that's not probably possible because I think she has a 12-year-old. So anyway, she's probably like 40 or something. But Brittany, I don't know. You look good for whatever you're at. I would have thought, younger. But anyway, so she races, and we bumped into each other a lot, her and her husband, Zach, on races. And I said, hey, we're in Woodstock, you're in Woodstock. If you ever think about trying a thing, come to CrossFit. If you like it, we'll get you signed up. If not, no worries. I'm just trying to build a community of people who want to get outside and be fit. And you're in the stuff that I'm in. So come on and try this. Anyway, so her and her husband came by, and they tried us out for a month and loved it. And so she stuck with it. I think it's been, it's less than a year, but more than 6 months. And she sent me some text from her Hume scale saying, hey, here's my numbers before doing CrossFit. So basically doing Orangetheory as my training for adventure races. And here's where I'm at now, according to this Hume scale. The Hume scale is one of those body pod machines. You step on it. It has a handle. It runs a current through your body, and then it gives you some measurements. Now, those scales are problematic. They will be off or incorrect based on if you drink enough water, if you're on your cycle, if you just sweated and you're stepping on it with sweaty feet. There's a lot of things that can throw it off, but it does give you a pretty good indication of where you're at. So what it told her was, in general, she has, since starting with us, gained 5 pounds. Now, most of you guys would be like, well, wait a minute. That's not cool. The scale says you gained 5 pounds. Using the scale as your fitness barometer is really dumb. Yeah, I almost said it. I didn't say retarded. I said really dumb. So don't do that. Don't use the scale. If I put you on the moon and you weighed yourself, you'd be less. So simply having less is not the key, right? What you want is your actual fitness. And then what this Hume scale does is says, yes, you have gained weight, but I can tell by sending a pulse of electricity through your body, through your feet and your hands, that you're down 15 pounds in fat, and you've added 20 pounds of muscle in this short time. So like I said, under a year. How's that possible? Well, she has a very good base of athleticism, and it was just waiting for something different. And she added that CrossFit in there, and it built this level of strength that she knew would be coming if she took the time to do it. And she did. So she's up. Now, that's the funny thing. You're like, okay, well, I'm up. Wait, does that make me cry? No. What really matters is again, I want to help you look good naked and become harder to kill. So do you look good naked? And I guess it's up to you and your spouse to figure that one out, right? If you do, then who cares if the scale is up? This is why I say using the scale is a bad indicator. Now, if you're really, really, really overweight, then hey, use it because you need to have something that'll help you bring it down. But even that case, if you went from 300 pounds and started doing CrossFit, you would gain muscle. And so you're fighting this idea of I'm losing weight, but I'm actually getting healthier and fitter. So yes, so she's up weight. I'm up weight when I started doing this, but it's the muscle that you gain. CrossFit is greedy. It wants everything. If your goal is to sweat, yeah, both work. If your goal is to look good naked, yeah, both can help. If your goal is to be strong and capable and harder to kill, that's where things get interesting and it really starts to slide apart. So which is better, Orangetheory or CrossFit? Man, I'm going to tell you CrossFit for damn sure if you want to look good naked and become harder to kill. If you're just looking to get your sweat on, then it doesn't really matter. The one that you'll do is the one that's the best for you. So if you enjoy Orange Theory, by all means do that. I am not so limited in my thinking that says that it can't work. I just think most people's goals aren't, I just want to sweat. Their goal is, I want to avoid prescriptions, and I want to avoid the doctor, and I want to be able to do cool things with my kids and grandkids as I get older, right? So that's my backdrop. For you, I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go through this, give a little bit of context here. So I've been coaching CrossFit for years. We've owned a gym for a very long time. I'm an endurance athlete. My general fitness is pretty good, and I roll around with those people a lot. I am not an Orange Theory advocate, though I have trained like that before Orange Theory was a thing. Yeah, I know. You're like, wait, that's always been a thing. No, back in the 2000s, it wasn't around. So what did most of us do before we found CrossFit? Well, I don't know. We ran and we rode and we lifted dumbbells and stuff, right? So both work, but they're different ways of working and what they're doing to build the human that is with it. I would say Orange Theory, again, I'm not saying don't do it. What I'm saying is do anything that you'll do because something is better than nothing. But if your goal is, well, no, I actually want to progress the bar, Orange Theory is not. It's a maintenance mode thing, and CrossFit is. Now, you can even, this is the thing, you could taper CrossFit back and always half-ass it. The problem is your half-ass will grow and you end up doing more of an ass all the time, even though for you, relatively, it's always half-assing. Okay, so Orange Theory, what it promises. The core idea of it is the Orange Theory, or the orange zone. That's a metabolic push. So it's a heart rate based interval training. So sometimes, well, you're supposed to wear a heart tracker thing and stay in the orange zone, which kind of is cool, except it doesn't, if you really go through the science of it, it doesn't make as much sense as you think it makes, at least for health and overall fitness. Yes, it will help you run a better race, but no, if you were against any other CrossFitter, then you're probably going to, except for running, maybe lose out in most things. Actually, CrossFit teaches you something else that's kind of weird, which is to live in the suck for a bit. So I would probably say if I told a CrossFitter, hey, please go and beat that Orange Theory person and whatever they say, they'll be like, all right, let me go live in the suck and just get it done. So it's a good mental training as well. Anyway, typically what you get, I assume they're all very regimented and franchised, but I could be wrong. So you typically get a treadmill, so run or walk on the treadmill. There's a rowing thing, and I think it uses like a water slosh thing for the rower for the most part. And there's light to moderate dumbbells that you get to move. It's very structured, and it's, I would say that it's coach-led, but when I say coach, man, I'm not going to say coach. I'm going to say it's guided. There's somebody up there with a microphone and they're yelling out, let's go, let's do it, now change, now move. There's very little instruction. Now, if you're a total idiot on there, I'm sure they're going to say something, but I have never heard somebody from Orange Theory say, oh, and I was instructed on how to, run on the treadmill appropriately or lift this dumbbell appropriately. They usually do things that are light enough, and the movement is, you're just rowing enough that they don't actually have to coach you in anything. Now, I'm not degrading them. That's just what the business model is. And I'll be the first to admit, it's a better way to make money than what I do right here. If you want to make money, open an Orange Theory outlet or franchise. It'll make you money. If you want to be healthy and fit and harder to kill, then it's CrossFit. Right. That's just what it is. So I choose this because this is what I want. I don't really care what you want. I would do CrossFit even if y'all didn't exist. I would be lonely and sad, but I would still do it in my garage all by myself. That's just how I feel about it. Okay, so what else? They promise to burn calories. I am living proof that the calorie count is not the thing. I eat about 4,000 calories a day. All of it is protein and fat, and yet I am not fat. So it's not really about the calories, but most people still think it is. Two things. One, I've got contractors upstairs doing our room over the garage. They're resurfacing and stuff. So you'll probably hear some banging around. Sorry. And I got to drink some coffee. My throat is parched. So here we go. And that is hot. It also says that I'll improve your cardiovascular fitness. Yes, because, it's long burns, it's run. It says that, hey, we'll try to help with weight loss. We should lose some weight. Yes, if you're moderating your calories, but you could out-eat any exercise program, so that's kind of variable, right? They'll give you a consistent structure so that you can go anywhere in any Orange Theory and you know what to do. CrossFit is a little bit more variable. For the most part, there's some sort of brief, there's a warm-up, there's the workout, and then there's a cool down, for the most part. But not all gyms do it the same way. Sometimes there's a warm-up first, or there's the brief first. Sometimes there's a very specific strength or skill things put in there, right? So it depends on where you go. So it's not as structured. Whew, the strengths of the program. It is super easy to start. I mean, I would tell anybody, if you're doing nothing, just go out and jog, do something. But that is a good step if you're intimidated. I don't know why you would be. It sounds scary, CrossFit, right? It's not. It's just you think it is. So it's an easy way to start. It's very scalable. No one really watches what you do. So you could do a lot. You could do a little. You could, just phone it in. You don't really have to send it. And it's okay. So it's pretty good for beginners. If you're intimidated, then yep, this is a good one. And if you just want to show up and sweat without anybody or even any system tracking anything. Now they do track your orange zone for your heart, but how hard were you going? I don't know. So some of the limitations, for me, there's a lot of limitations in the program, but there absolutely is no strength whatsoever. You're lifting light dumbbells. Yeah, that's going to take you so far, but then that's it. There's just not that much there. So their loading is meant to be maintenance mode, not muscle build mode. So it's a feature for them, though for me, it's a detractor. And the skill development is super minimal. So I was talking to, who was I talking to this morning? Joe Smith. And he said one of the reasons he's liked the competitions is because it shows you the holes in what you've got. I'm like, yes, I agree. The training idea of CrossFit, hey, let me train a gap. I love it. It's skill acquisition, which means my brain and my body is still learning. It's not like, hey, I've never played soccer before, but I'm getting those skills that I haven't used in a while or lost or maybe never had, right? So I would say that Orangetheory kind of looks to build an engine, but it really doesn't work about anything on the strong side of your chassis. So yes, I think you'd be able to go out and run, but no, you're probably not going to pick up multiple bags of cement and move it from here to there. I could be wrong. You could go in there and wear a vest and go hard charging out. You'd look really weird doing it, but I guess you could do that. Still, it's going to have its limitations. All right, longer coffee break. You guys were on pause, so you didn't know how long that was. Okay, what about CrossFit? Okay, so I got it's a video as well as a podcast. I know. So sometimes I remember to flip the video screens around. This is our CrossFit website, CrossFitGarage.com. You can also go to CrossFit.com and then search for a gym anywhere near you. I love this. Right here on this, the advertisement for their splash page is CrossFit is the cure. Fighting disease, chasing longevity, building community, and getting stronger for life. Yes. Yes to all those things. Actually, what is Orangetheory's thing? I pulled up Orangetheory. Orangetheory says, burn fat, build muscle. I would say no completely to that. There is no building of muscle. Experience the strength and cardio workout that delivers results that you can see and feel from the inside out. I actually have proof that is a false. Now, I take that back. If you've never done anything, sure. If you've gone for 2 years, the usefulness of Orangetheory has gone away. It is not going to deliver any of that stuff. Oh, look at that. They have more stuff. The workout that works out well. Whew, that's hard to say. Orangetheory combines full body strength training. No, that's not true. With heart pumping cardio, yes. To help you build strength, no. While laying down a foundation of long-term health. Minimally. Our definitions are totally different. So I think they can say that without defining the words, then I guess so, right? In weeks, most members noticed the shift, more energy, a better mood, and real momentum. I mean, if you've never done anything, then sure, yeah, everybody. If you do anything with anybody, then the answer is yes to that. So that's kind of a dumb statement. The average members lose 8.6% body fat and gain 2.6 lean muscle. The average, Yeah, I don't know. In just 18 classes or 8 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to call a little bit of BS on that because you have to adjust the way you eat. So I don't know. Yeah, that's just slogan for selling something. It's just not true. Let's see. Not your thing after 30 days? No sweat. We'll refund your money. Oh, that's interesting. I bet. Oh, there's a little asterisk thing. So what does that mean? Just kidding. Psych. We're not really going to refund your money. Yeah, that down here. It says, offers limited to premium members who complete 12 sessions within a month of membership from the start date. So they have a caveat. If you don't do 12 sessions, so 3 a week, then we're not giving your money back because you really didn't give it a try. I mean, I can agree with that. I don't do that, but I get what they're saying. This works and that works if you actually show up. If you don't show up, this shit does not work. Members must notify their home studio within 30 days of their membership start date to indicate their cancel. Okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. So they just got themselves an out clause. So if you don't like your first 30 days, you can get refunded, but members must notify their home studio within 30 days of membership start date to initiate cancellation. So basically the day you sign up, you need to tell them, I want my refund. So they've given themselves a way out. That's super dumb. All right. Let's see. Oh, they also have their statistics with an asterisk on it too. Let's see. Asterisk number 1 for their statistics on how much they lost. I said, based on internal Orangetheory data, over 3,000 members who participated in an 8-week transformation challenge. Okay, so that's interesting. We don't know the level of where they started. Measuring average fat loss and lean muscle gain, supported by third-party findings in Quaternary et al. 2021 psychological and physiological response to high intensity function. Oh my gosh, they're quoting my train. That's hilarious. It's not. The study is physiological and psychological response to high intense functional training program. That's CrossFit. They're quoting. That's hilarious. They're quoting our CrossFit stuff and they're okay. That's just dumb. Man, I hate the small stuff. Look, the shit works or it doesn't work. What did Aaron Vincent and I were talking today? He's like, I don't know if I would do carnivore because not being allowed, and that's a strong word, allowed to eat the vegetables that I grew is kind of dumb. I'm like, yeah, no, I agree. He said, but I can't, I see it with my own eyes and you and Craig and Evan, there's evidence. It's just weird. I'm like, I hear you. So there's evidence. And the evidence is CrossFit works and they're using that to sell their own Orangetheory. That's hilarious. Go Orangetheory for cheating. Okay, so CrossFit. What does CrossFit, let's see if they have it on here. Any extra words? What does it promise? Not everyone is, are you, I guess, ready for CrossFit? I don't know what that is. I should go back and read that. So the articles they have up on CrossFit.com is why standards define everything. And we do have standards. Why CrossFit trainers are among the best prepared in fitness. Yeah, that's a good article. CrossFit isn't easy. Neither is life. Prepare for both. Dude, I totally agree with that. That's interesting. Their top articles are the stuff that I agree with. Enhance your life in and out of the gym. And I agree with that one. Do I have to be fit to start CrossFit? No, there's a question for them. How will my body change with regular CrossFit training? That's a great article. What should I expect from my first CrossFit class? Find a gym near you. No, that's great. I love it. I love it. There's no guarantees. There's no promises. Show up and do this thing. I will say in their slogan at the beginning of fighting disease, chasing longevity, building community, and getting stronger together. Yes. Now, I want you to know that competition is part of what we do, but it is not in the methodology of CrossFit. Competition is good because it pushes you a bit. Competition is good because it helps you find out what you were missing. Competition for prima donnas that do stupid crap and take more room and all that, that is not what we do or what we're after. Anybody that does that, I politely to tell them no, and if they won't, then ask them to leave the gym. So we don't really have that anymore. We did a long time ago when we pushed a lot. Okay, so you may ask yourself, hey, what about High Rocks? Totally different. High Rocks is, well, I suppose you can make it a training system, but it's not. It's an event that people go do. It is, I'm going to do some because my coaches are into it if they're in Atlanta. So Josh, I will be joining you. Do I think it's going to be super awesome? I don't know, but it's repeatable. And so it's something that you can do as a measurement. So I kind of like it. Okay, Orangetheory's page. Now, other things we do, Warrior Racing. This is adventure racing and trail running. I love this stuff. Jeff is local up here in Holly Springs. Y'all should be joining us in these things. Lisa Randall's Mountain Goat Adventures. She's got run and bike adventures. This stuff is awesome. Y'all should be joining us in this. We also have Dirty Spokes, which is here in the South, and then Run Bum. So these are things you guys could be doing. Okay, so back into CrossFit. CrossFit's core idea is constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity. That's the tough part. High intensity, what does that mean? It's like 70% effort. Not highest intensity and not phoning it in, okay? Some days I actually do phone it in. What do you get? Hey, we lift barbells. We're going to teach you how to do some of the complicated things that are great for longevity: deadlift, squat, power clean, snatch, so forth. Gymnastics, we're going to teach you some of those things. The troubling spot is they're hard to do. If you were a girl that joined gymnastics at the age of 5 and did it until you're 15, then this stuff is easy. If you're like the rest of us mere mortals, the gymnastic stuff it takes some time and training. You really have to focus in if you want to gain those skills. Ooh, yeah, this coffee is so hot. This is a good mug. Conditioning, we're going to run and bike. Yes, you do that in Orangetheory, but it's just a piece of what we do. Coaching and scaling. So we're going to coach you through the movements, help you grow. Yes, it is true. Every coach does it differently. Yes, it is true. We have CrossFit level 1, 2, 3, 4 that you can get. I am paying for all of my coaches to do a CrossFit level 2 course because I want them to level up. Where does your money go when you spend it here on the gym? Well, the other day I had an $8,000 CAM bill from the landlord. CAM is common area maintenance. Think like mowing the lawn, putting down fertilizer and pine straw and all that stuff. And there they go, right above me doing a thing. Sorry about that. So $8,000. Woo! Didn't expect that. Last year it was $5,000. So yay. Just paid for the coaches to go to get this thing. So that's 6 or 7 coaches that at $1,000 a piece ish. It was a little bit more than that. So that's $7,000 going to elevate the coaches. Why? Because I want the coaches to be able to deliver more to you. How do they do that? Do CrossFit, do some competitions, and get the education, get the certification. So CrossFit level 2 is a really good one. If we get another level 1 here, I would encourage all of you guys to go out and do that. All right, what it promises: general physical preparedness, GPP. That's true. That's it. In the daily things of life, you'll be able to do them much better than most people. Strength and conditioning and real world fitness. And I can say amen and yes to that. I'm a living testament to 20-ish years, 18, 19 years of CrossFit. Strengths, what does it do for us? It's going to build your strength, your muscles, your coordination, your resilience. It's the 10 general physical principles. Let me type that up to pull them up for you. The 10 general physical skills for CrossFit. There we go. Got it. Okay. Those 10 things are that we roll around. And I love this, that CrossFit defines things. Most people are like, oh, fitness is, you're fit. So it says, no, this is what it is. Increased work capacity across a broad mixture of modes and times. What does that mean? I can do just about anything better than you and better than before. Okay, so the 10 general physical things we're trying to gain are cardiovascular and respiratory endurance, stamina, strength, flexibility, power, speed, coordination, agility, balance, accuracy. Whew, all that stuff. Accuracy is kind of it depends. I mean, that's a little bit harder to do. We don't shoot many things, but we do throw balls at a target. Of course, I throw it at the wall, which is a whole lot easier. The problem with CrossFit is it does look intimidating. It's not. You have a coach. Everyone has a beginning point, but people feel that way. There is a higher learning curve. I get people all the time saying, Andy, you should put all the movements across the wall. Andy, you should do this thing. Andy, you should do this thing. I'm like, I hear you. And in like 60 days, you'll be good. Just give it a little bit of time. We do require coaching. I suppose some days they can phone it in. It's like, hey, it's a run day. I'm going to show you how to run well. I guess that's coaching right there. How do you run better? Let's go. It can be intimidating. I already mentioned that. And, there is an opportunity, just like anything when you're pushing, training, and learning, you could injure yourself. You can injure yourself doing anything, but I think the trade-off for learning a new skill under supervision is worth it. We have 2 rules in the gym. Rule number 1 is show up. Rule number 2 is don't do anything stupid today to prevent you from showing up tomorrow. So we sort of mitigate that whole thing of injury by saying, well, just don't do anything you feel like you can't do. So CrossFit isn't about just making you tired. It's about making you capable. And I think that's probably one of the biggest differences is that capable and life worthy is what I want to say, but that doesn't make sense. Not like worthy. Life, endurancy, you can do life. You are able to handle the stresses of life. Okay, so head-to-head comparison on cardio. Orangetheory is prime focused. CrossFit, it's just one of the domains. And this is why I have people say, Andy, we should do more cardio. Well, I mean, you could, but we're greedy. We want it all. So the verdict on that, short-term cardio gains, it is possible. You're going to get that faster with Orangetheory, for sure. The long-term capacity, CrossFit's going to win hands down. We're going to grow everything maybe not as fast, but you'll get everything. We're super greedy. Okay, so similarly on the strength of the muscle side, Orangetheory, this is maintenance mode. CrossFit, progressive overload. We want to grow that. Yes, we do it slower because we do all the things. The verdict is not even close. CrossFit wins this one hands down by far. This is Brittany's thing. Andy, what the hell? I'm up 5 pounds and 20 of them are from muscle. I lost 15 pounds of fat and gave 20 pounds of muscle. This is freaking awesome. Exactly. I would love to see that show itself when she goes to her next big race. Body composition, weight, Orangetheory says, hey, we're going to lose some weight and burn some calories. CrossFit says, hey, we're going to create a recomposition of your body. Fat will go down, muscle will go up. You're going to look better naked and become harder to kill. I think the thing is the scale is a liar, so don't trust it. Instead, use one of those BMI scales, the body mass index, body pod, whatever. Or pay the money to go get the whole DEXA scan, whatever it is, that big scan. Of course, that costs a lot of money. Skills and capability. Orangetheory, it's repeatable patterns. You're not going to really learn anything. CrossFit is expanding the toolbox. You have to do more all the time and grow your skills. Now, you don't have to. You could scale it back, but we want you to want to walk that thing. So, again, the verdict on this one, hands down, CrossFit wins. You're going to pick up new things. You're going to climb. You're going to jump. You're going to carry. There's real world movement patterns going on. And as a small farmer, I can attest to it's functional everyday stuff I do. Well, maybe not every day, picking up chicken feed and all that, right? All right, so longevity and becoming harder to kill. This is my core message. CrossFit's going to crush this hands down. I don't think anywhere, did they even say longevity? They might have said the words. No, strength cardio. Orangetheory does laying a foundation for long-term health. So I guess they did say it, right? I would semi-disagree, just depends on what you value. Anyway, bone density, CrossFit, because we're lifting. Muscle mass, CrossFit, because we're lifting. Balance and coordination, CrossFit, because we do these things that require you to recruit all of that stuff again in your life. Metabolic health, I mean, both in this case because they are going to teach your body to burn its energy, but CrossFit's going to push that across many domains. So the verdict there is if your goal is to not die early, and strength matters, then, CrossFit is going to be the way to go. So, like I said, Brittany has a great story. She's an adventure racer, long-term into Orangetheory, started going into CrossFit. She is, like I said, she said, I'm up 5 pounds, but it says I lost 15 pounds of body fat and increased 20 pounds of muscle mass. How does she know that? It's the scale. Using her scale by stepping on it and holding the handle, it does an impedance measurement and says based on the electricity floating through your body and the water, so it's very water dependent, here's what we've got for you. And that's freaking awesome. So like I said, she's rebuilding her body. I don't know if she's done well, that's true. They did 2 days of a really big race and she said we could have gone faster. So I guess it's working, right? I would say on an adventure racing, the poor thing about it is it entices us to carry more gear when we shouldn't carry all that gear. So we're stronger and we're like, yeah, I could put an extra whatever into the backpack. And you probably shouldn't be doing that. It does make you better at all the random things that an adventure race will throw at you. Sometimes there's climbing, sometimes it's a net. Could be a rock wall, could be a rope. The weird part is it works for this long endurance. And I shoot myself in the foot by doing carnivore as well. So just carbs or no carbs, just proteins and fats. Yet here I am still working, still making it work. We just did a race and I wasn't the tired one. So, it's just weird, man. I don't know why all of this works well together, but I know that it does. Actually, I just learned that your heart uses fat as its source. It doesn't use carbs. This is why eating bad fats, seed oils and stuff is so bad for you. Your heart apparently has a conduit directly to your stomach to pull the fats out that it wants without having to be processed. So watch out what you eat. Okay. What should you do? Man, anything that if you will just do something, just go do it. I don't care. But if you want to be harder to kill and look good naked, it's CrossFit hands down. So find a local CrossFit gym. If you're not sure where to go, let me know. I will, let me know where you are-ish, and we'll drill down into a gym that makes sense. Not all CrossFit gyms are the same. They are not franchised. They are affiliated, which means the owner can do whatever the hell they want, which is what I do, and I appreciate it. All right, what else I want to share with you guys? Man, let's see. CrossFit is for anybody, but not everybody can do it. I know my gym is not set up well if you are in a wheelchair. We just don't have any of that gear. Basically, if you're the average person looking to have, if time is your issue to getting healthy and fit, then CrossFit is the biggest hack in health and fitness that I've ever found. Not just for the time, but that's where I started with. I needed something quicker. So yeah, throw down the time. I train 5 days a week doing CrossFit. It's easy. You just show up, you do it, and you leave. It's great. I love it. All right. The goal isn't really to win a workout or to win that I showed up. I mean, showing up is good. The goal is to win at life. So I want muscle. It's like the insurance policy for longevity. You want strength. It keeps your independence. If, as you get older, people want to move you into the old folks home. This helps you stay away from that. And then fitness gives you the freedom to be able to go out and do whatever it is you want out there. Most of the things we do are cardio based. I'm going to go climb that hill. I'm going to go to that vacation and walk up the volcano. That's cardio. So having a higher degree of fitness is just going to help you stay free from anybody saying, nope, it's time to go to the old folks home, right? Okay, guys, hey, yes, sort of all tongue-in-cheek. Orangetheory, if you're going to do it, great, go do that. I'd say it's a beginner's thing and you should level yourself up, but that's me. If you're doing it and you like it and you enjoy it, keep doing it. I love it. If you're looking for something different or want to come try CrossFit and you're in Woodstock, yeah, CrossFit Garage. We're across the street from Black Rifle Coffee. If you're not anywhere near us, then you can go to CrossFit's main page and click on Find a Gym, and you can find a gym near you, and I will help you find that. All right, guys. Hey, this is Andy McCann, trying to help you lay a firm foundation in fitness, food, and finance. Take care.